Hey guys, what's up? Z here with Z Review Second. I have in my hands the cheapest Intel Kaby Lake Core M3-7y30 device in the world, the Cube Mix Plus. Cube has traditionally released some of the cheapest Core M devices in the world, and this Cube Mix Plus is similar as well. The tablet itself is around $450 with the keyboard being an extra $50, and the rest of the specs are pretty decent. You're getting 4 gigs of RAM, 128 gig SSD, and a 1080p 10.6-inch screen as well. This is one of the most complete tablets I reviewed in a long time, and I'll tell you why in the full review below. The Cube Mix Plus is very well made. It's made of metal, which feels very good, but just like my Xiaomi Air 12, the metal on this tablet is very easily scratched. The front of the tablet is rubberized plastic with glass covering it, and the bezels around the screen are very big, but I kind of understand why they did that because this is a tablet, so you do need somewhere along the sides of the tablet to hold on to while you use it with the other hand. But still, that doesn't mean that it's not ugly. On the left, you have a USB-C port, you also have a charging port, a micro SD card slot, as well as a mini USB 3 port, which requires a full-size adapter to use, which is included in the package, by the way. But I kind of think that's kind of useless. I would rather have an extra USB-C port with an adapter to make it into full-size USB. It's more versatile that way. Overall, I'm very happy with the build quality. The bezels around the screen are kind of big, but it is something that I'm more willing to forgive on a tablet as opposed to a laptop. So the screen is the Surface 2's screen, which is very old, and I honestly was not expecting the screen to hold up this well so far away from the original release of the Surface 2. It actually looks better than the majority of screens out there in Chinese laptops and tablets. The screen looks incredible when you have some detailed pictures there. The colors are vivid, the screen is contrasty, and stuff just looks really good on this tablet. However, I don't think this screen is Gorilla Glass, so probably you shouldn't take off the pre-installed screen protector that comes with the screen. The touchscreen here is amazing. It's as sensitive as iPad surfaces and my Xiaomi Mi Pad 2. The touchscreen here is an absolute pleasure to use. Audio here is quite good except for 2 things. So let's start with the goods first before going on to the bad. So the first good thing is that the audio is very loud. I could hear it pretty much anywhere because the volume coming from this tablet is pretty considerable. Second, the audio is very clear as well, meaning it's very easy to listen to conversations on this tablet as well. So the first not so good thing about the speaker here would be there's not a lot of bass, so if you're listening to something with a lot of explosions, the explosions can sound kind of tinny. And the second not so good thing about the audio here is that both of the stereo speakers are located on the right side of the tablet, which means it kind of destroys stereo separation completely. Here is some sample audio for you to listen to. I don't really expect battery life here to be great because we only have a 9,000 mAh battery powering the Core M7y30 chip, and I was mostly right. I could get around 6 hours of screen on time, which is actually pretty decent when you consider how small the battery is and how power hungry the Core M CPUs are as well when you throttle them up. My use was mostly consisting of some web browsing, TV shows, and news as well, so pretty much the usual basic stuff. So heavy users should carry a charger around, medium users probably should as well, light users shouldn't have to worry about battery life at all. So one good thing about performance here is that the tablet here starts up beastly fast. It's incredible how fast the tablet starts up. However though, performance compared to the older 6Y30 processor, the gap is actually not that big. When you're doing light things like documents and web browsing, there actually isn't any difference at all in terms of speed between this and the 6Y30, and even when you move on to something heavier like for example video editing and DaVinci Resolve, there also isn't that big a difference either. I was able to edit 1080p video in DaVinci Resolve. However, I tried 4K and the experience was a lot less great. So where there is a slight difference here compared to the older 6Y30 is gaming. I was able to get up to 5 frames per second higher than my Xiaomi Air 12 in a couple of games. I tried Dota 2 as well as Skyrim, and in Dota 2 I was able to get around 45 frames per second at 1080p, and in Skyrim I was able to get around 40 frames per second as well. So you can game on this tablet if you want, but do be warned that the back left side of the tablet does get warm when you start doing intense things, but it never gets burning hot. I didn't experience any throttling either. In benchmarks, I also see a very slight increase in benchmark scores compared to my Xiaomi Air 12, but nothing too great. The USB 3 port with the included adapter is capable of powering my external hard drive, and I was able to copy stuff over at USB 3 speeds. The wireless AC card is also pretty decent as well. I could download from Steam at around 1.7 megabytes a second compared to 2 megabytes a second on my Xiaomi Air 12. That's quite a big difference actually, but it's still up there, so it's nothing to get worried about. So in conclusion, Cube has created another great Core M tablet with very few weaknesses. The only real knock I can bring to this device is the fact that the battery life lasts for only about 6 hours of screen on time. Everything else is pretty good. The other thing I want you to keep in mind is that the Kaby Lake 7y30 compared to the 6y30, there isn't a lot of performance difference. So if you want to save some money, you can actually go with the older versions of the Cube tablets or even the Voyo VBook V3 with the 6y30, and that can help you save a few bucks here and there. Let me know which one you end up choosing. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.